Hello everybody, this is That Brown Bat back once again, and this time it's just a short video. I want to address a remark or comment that I made in the upcoming video in the Castlevania series. So you more than likely haven't seen it yet. Maybe you have. I don't know, depending on how you get notified. Anyway, I made a comment that has to do with views, viewer retention, and YouTube analytics. I don't think I'm going to rebuild it on camera. Why? Because I've seen the numbers. There's a handful of people that like this, but the average viewer out of 60 views per video in the Let's Build series, on average, unless it's the last one or part one, then it gets about 100. Average view duration is about 3 to 4 minutes, but YouTube analytics says you suck as a creator. That's pretty much what those analytics say. They want me to be more engaging and... Hello everybody, this is That Brown Bat. Welcome back to another episode of This, That, and the Other Thing. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. Great. In the something something and something something, amen. Look, I'm not going to fake doing that. It's one thing to put on an act every now and again, but it's another thing to do something and you're not into it and you do it anyway. I don't like that. And so I just want to give you a heads up. That statement and those feelings and those ideas and thoughts were formed prior to seeing the results of the poll that I put up, which is still going on. I mean, and I'm surprising results. The results that I take from it, everybody does love the Let's Build, and right now in the runner or in the lead is mod messing, and there's only so much mod messing that you can do. There's only so much that we can find, right? And when we find it, or when I find it, there's a couple things I got to determine. Did anybody else do it? And I don't want to be in trouble for somebody taking somebody's idea. I already get it, blah 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 blah. And people ask me for advice and I give them the advice and then they take the idea as their own. So I don't know, I guess. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is so I was on the fence whether or not I should just only do the showcases and and limit the Let's Builds. And the results of the poll change everything. So I just want to let you know that. So the Let's Builds definitely ain't going anywhere, since that's the majority of the subscriber base voted. And right now that's not in the lead, but it's second runner. Toy Box Rumble has like a very small portion. But my confusion came, and I figured it out. Why is it the showcase and the Toy Box Rumble always get more views than everything else? Well, that's what YouTube pushes, and those people don't necessarily subscribe, and they could be under young people watching it on their parents' app or whatever the situation may be. So I have to, and as any YouTuber has to take all this information, your information, YouTube's information, and I hate to say it, but it has to incorporate it as a business. And because if you don't run your life in an organized manner, you end up as an alley cat picking trash out of the garbage cans out in the street. So you'll be broke. So you got to do this from a wise standpoint, but you got to understand where your audience base is. That's the big thing. And so I see where my audience base is, the subscriber base. So I guess every YouTuber has to deal with this. You have your subscriber base and your not subscriber base. The subscriber base, I would say, are the more loyal people. You guys are the ones that actually give me feedback. The other ones is like, I don't care. So I don't want to pander to the ones that don't care. All right. So I don't want to build, and I think I did that in the past. I don't want to build my audience on people that don't give a rat's behind on what you do at all, because they're not even going to subscribe. So I got your feedback, and what that tells me right now, I mean, unless tomorrow the numbers change, right? Or unless by the end of the day the numbers change and I'll end up making another video, right? Be like, but right now it looks like I'm on the right path to what you guys enjoy. And as far as the post commentary versus the real-time commentary, I got your feedback on that, and I'm with you on that. There's just some times where I'm the kind of guy that when I'm watching my tutorials, which I have to go back and watch, as you'll see when I show you not the next video, not the rethinking Castlevania's Castle, but the one that goes after that may or may not be listed, because it's going to be a long video, probably 2 long videos, maybe 3, I don't know. If you don't know, I'm restarting the Castlevania project to get to where episode 21 is. One, for my own memory purposes, because I don't like doing something and then not being able to redo it. That's just something that I have inside me. So it's a challenge to me. So as I'm going through it, I'm going back and watching my videos on how I did things and messing things up again. And look, we're only talking about a span of 30 days, when I started the Castlevania build, maybe 40 days, something like that. And so it's not like it's 5 years ago. So there's a lot of things that I do on the fly that I forget how I did, so I have to go back and watch it. So anyway, when I'm watching that, I have gaps in between it where I'm like, duh, and I'm like, man, hurry up and say something. Anyway, so I like quick, concise videos, and I watch my videos and tutorials, and I'm not always quick and concise because I'm doing this on the fly. And one of the things I think that might help some people out is how to structure their thoughts and the brainstorming process. And if that's true, then all right, then I'm just going to deal with who I am and how I deal, and how I can currently deal with things. If that's not true, I'll keep working on correcting it. Anyway, I don't want this to go on super long. I just wanted to give you a heads up. My mind was in a different place before I seen the poll results. So if I said anything that sounds like I'm peed off or something like that, I'm not. I was just trying to think of the word here, trying to process the information that YouTube gives. And some of you that are only watchers and not YouTube producers or video producers, you might not know that side, that yes, YouTube does put pressure on their creators. Maybe not a lot, some more than others, but there's still pressure. I do this majority for fun, but when there's an opportunity to monetize, I've been in the monetization field and I know how good it feels, especially in today's economy. I'm not going to shy away from that. Some people are like, oh, you do stuff just for the money. No, but when there's an opportunity for money and you throw that away, that's called foolishness, especially in today's society. When you're in a state where you're making quite a bit of money, more than other people, yet you're still living paycheck to paycheck because society or the economy is messed up in America for the average Joe. And what is the average Joe? Well, it depends on who you talk to and where you live, I guess. But I'm not going to throw that away and say, well, I don't care what they say. Well, sometimes they have good points. So anyway, I'm just processing all this information, and just keep that in mind when you hear that part, that I'm not ticked off at anybody. I'm not ticked off at myself. I'm not ticked off at YouTube. I'm processing information, thinking out loud, and I think that's part of what I do in my commentaries. And I know for a lot I've shied away this past year of putting those things in. I mean, sometimes I'll just delete all the audio and then redo some of the audio because I don't want to touch certain topics and I know they'll trigger people. But man, I wasn't like that back in the day. Man, I'd talk about all things when I was doing my Millennium Falcon build. Anyway, that's just who I am, and I really shouldn't change who I am. And I think some of y'all enjoy that. Some of y'all might not enjoy that, but stay true to yourself, be who you are, and if you do need to change, then change. And as I'm going through right now, if I need to change something, I'm going to change. If somebody says, "Oh, I want you to stop doing this altogether," then I'm going to say, "I'm not doing that. You're not a good influencer in my life for telling me to stop." Anyway, you're not going to tell me to stop. I know that. But anyway, I'm just using that as an example. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. So until next time, remember to keep on building and stay true to yourself and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. God bless.